Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the Gent here, bringing you another installment of how to make money in Altis life. Today I'm bringing you the biggie, a Federal Reserve robbery. There's a lot of prep work that needs to go into this one, and it's only really worth it with a huge vehicle like a Hemmet and a lot of people covering you. I won't get into the tactics of what you should or shouldn't do, as it's entirely personal choice, to be honest. I will say the method we used was ineffective. We actually lost money buying the equipment, but it was our first time even attempting the robbery, so it was a miracle we even managed to get away, really. And I mean, to be honest, it was a ton of fun. Anyway, the prep work. What you will absolutely need is the following: at least a 5-man team, a backpack, a gun, preferably with scope, first aid kits, red gulls for running, bolt cutters, and a blasting charge. You purchase the bolt cutters and blasting charge from the rebel outpost. And the last thing you need is a vehicle. Things I would highly recommend having: heavy machine guns with scopes, a person in a helicopter covering you and ready for a hot extraction if things get messy, smoke grenades, great for cover, satchel charges, slash grenades, just in case things get out of hand and you need to use some explosives to get out of there. Big vehicles like Hemmets or other trucks to cover the entry points at each entrance to the Federal Reserve, of which there are roughly 5, and spotters on the roads surrounding the Federal Reserve. With that said, let's get into it. Now, in most servers, there needs to be a minimum of 5 police officers on before you are allowed to begin robbing the bank. Once there are, here's what you do. You start by going to the Federal Reserve and identifying which dome has the gold. This can be done by simply checking the map, but in some servers all the domes have gold, in which case you will need as many bolt cutters and blasting charges as there are domes. If you can open a door without bolt cutters, as shown here, that means that that is not where the gold is kept. It needs to be a door that you cannot open, that you need to use bolt cutters to open. After the door which won't open is identified, you need to press Y. Highlight your bolt cutters and select Use underneath them, which starts a progress bar you'll have to wait for until the door is open. This will send out a message to the entire server and, of course, the police, so you'll have to start being very vigilant of both skies and the roads leading into the compound. This is where multiple people is vital. Once in, there's another door that needs to be opened. The bolt cutters are reusable, so don't worry about that. Again, a progress bar shows up and you'll have to wait for that until you're in the second room. After you get through, what you need to do is go up to the gold storage and place a blasting charge on it by pressing Y, highlighting the charge and selecting Use underneath it. You'll need to wait for the charge to blow, the notification of which will pop up on the person who's seen it on the screen. They'll get a countdown. Once the notification comes up that the vault has been blown, that is when you need to head on over to it and put as much gold as you can in your inventory, and your vehicle if you have one, which we didn't. The gold weighs 10 in this particular server, and so a maximum of 10 can be carried on your person with the largest backpack as long as it's empty. However, I recommend you keep a few red gulls in your bag at the very least. At this point, it's near certain that the cops will be at the reserve. You need to take out as many as you can on your way to the getaway vehicle and get out of there fast. This is where heavy MGs, red gulls, smoke grenades, and the helicopter all come into play. All very, very useful. Once you're safely away, you need to head on over to the diamond trader. It's possible that all the precious metal traders, such as silver, iron, platinum, would also buy them, but I can't confirm that. I didn't test it out. It's also noteworthy to mention that in some servers there is a gold trader, and others you sell them at the rebel outpost, so you'll have to check with the admins as to the specifics on your particular server. Once at the trader, it's middle mouse button. Highlight the gold in your inventory, type in how many you wish to sell, and hit sell item underneath that. In this particular case, we did not make a good amount of money, mostly due to this being our first time and not realizing that gold was so low in value and that we needed some heavy duty vehicles to fill them up. After all that, it's just a case of heading on over to the ATM to deposit the cash and sync your data by pressing Y and sync at the bottom left of the menu that pops up, and your Italian job was successful. I hope this helps you out, guys. I know I was lost trying to find information about the Federal Reserve robberies. I was just doing it through trial and error, but managed to work it out on my first attempt, which I was pretty proud of. A travesty though it was at the start. If this was you and the video taught you something new, I'd love for you to drop me a like on the video, maybe even share it in your forums and stuff like that to help your friends out. Any questions you have, please put in the comments and I will endeavour to answer you as best I can, and consider subscribing for more great guides and other related content. Cheers for watching, have a good one everybody.